Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about Saving Private Ryan. And this movie is directed by Steven Spielberg and stars Tom Hanks, and it came out in 1998. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to make a lot of people upset when I say this, but I thought this movie was alright. This is the second time I've actually seen this movie, and the first time I watched it, I thought it was decent. Like, I've seen better war movies, and I don't know, this one just didn't work all that much for me, and it's been a few years since I've last seen it, and I decided to rewatch it, hoping that maybe it'll just happen, and I will love it. But unfortunately, that didn't happen, and there's just so many things I want to talk about, and normally I would just go into my positives and then talk about my negatives, but I kind of have to just talk and just see what happens, because I just don't know how else to approach this movie, because there's just so many things I want to talk about. One thing that really irritated me while watching this movie was that there were very few establishing shots, and most of the movie it's just really close-ups or medium shots, and I could never get a sense of the location in which these characters are in, and I just wanted to see the environment. I wanted to see everything that was happening, like in these action scenes. Like, especially in the opening action scene, I could barely see everything that was going on, and you can only see like one boat where you see a whole bunch of soldiers coming off it, and they're being gunned down by the enemy, and I wanted to see everything. Like, I wanted it like, I don't know, Dunkirk. Like, that's a movie where it shows you everything. You can see everything. And this movie, it's very close, and I didn't really like that about the movie. In every scene, this is a problem I have with the entirety of the film, is that every scene I couldn't have a good understanding of where we were, and it was very annoying to me, and I just wanted to see everything, because you would have a beautiful shot for one thing, and two, you could establish everything just with one shot, and I just don't understand why that didn't happen. And there were just so many shots in this movie that were just way too close, and it made it difficult to see what was happening, and I really wish that I could see more of what was going on. Now, with that being said, the action scenes weren't terrible. They were well done technically. It's just that I wished that I could see everything, or more of what the film was showing me, because I was just left starved for more visual flair to the movie. And I'm not saying that the movie was poorly shot. I'm just saying that if I could see everything, then the movie would be a whole lot better for me. And what's really weird about me feeling as though everything was way too close is that in any of other Steven Spielberg's movies, I don't remember that being an issue. I always remember that the environment that I was in, I could see everything, and it wasn't poorly shot in any scene, and I could see everything. But for this movie, I just don't think that worked very well, and I've already explained why, so I'm not going to get into that again. While the action is well done, I did feel as though it went on for way too long, to the point where it was just kind of boring. And the action scenes, when they happen, they're like half an hour long, and they just feel so stretched out, and I understand why they're as long as they are, but I just don't feel as though the 2 hour and 45-minute runtime was justified, unfortunately, and the movie could have been, I don't know, half an hour shorter, and it would be much better for me. And one of my biggest issues with this movie, and I know a lot of people are going to be upset with me when I say this, is that I never bought Tom Hanks in this movie. I don't think he was that great. I just found him distracting the whole time. And I never saw a character when I was watching him on screen, and I just thought to myself, that's Tom Hanks in a movie. And nothing more. Now I'm going to get into one of my favorite elements of this movie, and that is when it's focusing on things being sad. I thought that part of the movie was really well done. And I'm not going to get into specifics, but when it's implied that this is really sad, it's very well handled. And this movie is pretty infamous for having like lots of character development, and you really get a good understanding of who they are. And while that's a good idea on paper, for me personally, I just didn't feel as though it added anything personally. And these characters were just a little cartoonish and unbelievable, and I just didn't buy any of them as real people, unfortunately. I know that a lot of people are going to disagree with me on that. Just keep in mind that just about everything I say in this review is just personal preference and nothing more. There are points in the script where it tries to be funny and it just falls really flat for me. I didn't really enjoy the humor. And that's not a big criticism for this movie because there's not a whole lot of jokes in the movie. But when it happens, it doesn't really work. And that's about all I have to say about Saving Private Ryan. Most of this is just personal preference, and if these elements work for you, I'm glad. I will never attack you or make you feel as though you are in the wrong if you disagree with me in any of my reviews, because art is subjective. Everyone looks at things differently, and we're all different people for a reason, and I tried getting into this movie, but it just didn't connect with me, and while it's a well-made film, it's just nothing special for me, and I'm never gonna watch this movie again. And I would recommend that you check it out if you like Steven Spielberg movies and you like war movies, but this one just didn't work for me, unfortunately. So with all that being said, I'm going to give Saving Private Ryan a 5 out of 10. Sorry, everybody. Thank you for watching my videos as always. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below what you thought of Saving Private Ryan, and try not to get too mad at me. My social media links, they will all be in the description down below, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for Her. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.